Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from clbcraftcreations.blogspot.com, and today we are making our first 3D project for the, I guess we'll call it the do-it-yourself gifts or just 3D holiday project ideas. So I saw this on Pinterest, I've seen it all over the internet. I fell in love with it. I think it's so cute. This little Hershey Kisses tree, and it stands up. It is definitely very secure. The treats don't fall out, so it makes it, very convenient for gift giving. So we're going to go ahead and get started and make this cardstock here. And this first piece is cut at 2 inches by 10 1/8, and I have it scored at 1 inch going portrait size. This is the portrait, and then if you turn it landscape, then you're going to score it at 3 1/4, 6 1/2, and 9 3/4. So this is going to make the actual triangle here of the tree. So I'm going to fold that in half, and you're definitely going to want to use some strong adhesive. You could use your Tombow. But because I don't really want to wait for it to dry, I'm going to use my... Okay, so we're back. Alright, so that piece is done. And you just want to fold, and you can use your bone folder to really burnish the edges. Make sure that they're lined up. You want them to be lined up. And this is very thick because our cardstock is already really thick, and now we've doubled it up, so... that's the purpose of doing that. And then I'm going to use some fast fuse on this little tip here. Some of my work surface there. And then I like to hide this little piece. I don't think that looks very attractive. You certainly could hide it on the bottom, but I actually use it and put it on the inside. So I'm just going to line up the top edges here. Give that a good press. And then, okay, we just burnish that. So now our tree portion is actually done. And now we have our second piece. This piece actually measures 2 inches by 11. So you just use your regular cardstock size. And we're going to score this at every inch. And then we're going to score it at 1 inch down the middle. And actually, we're going to cut it at 1 inch down the middle. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard here real quick, because we're going to make 2 strips. So you basically are going to have 2 strips cut at 1 inch by 11, scored at every inch. And then you're going to take one of your strips, and you're going to cut it at the 4 inch mark. So you should have a 4 inch piece, and then you're going to have a 7 inch piece, and then you're going to have your 11 inch piece. So those 3 pieces. And this is going to make up the triangle pieces that go inside the tree. I'm going to go ahead and do this top piece first. So, because I want to show you, you want to get this shape. This is the shape that you're going for when you make all of your pieces. So I'm going to use, again, my fast fuse. This is the only other piece that, well, not the only other piece, but these other pieces are not actually secured, so they move around in there. So, all right, and again, same thing. We want to hide that, so we have our nice piece out. Okay, I'm just going to give that a nice little press, and then that piece is done. You can actually go ahead and stick that up there if you want. Okay, now we're going to take the long piece that's scored every inch, so it's 11 inches by 1, and we're going to make triangles. I know that sounds funny, okay? But like I said before, this is the shape that we want to get, okay? So we are going to fold. So it's not a Mountain Valley fold. I mean, you are doing Mountain Valley folds, but you're doing them in a fashion that's going to give you these triangle shapes. And then you're going to do that with the entire strip until you get all of your pieces. Okay, now that looks a little silly just because I actually scored it the first time incorrectly, but So then you can just put that in there, and then you're going to rest that in there. So you see you've got 1, 2, so 2, 4, and 5. So you're going to get 5 kisses on the bottom. Okay, and now you're going to take your last piece, your third piece, and do the same thing. You're just going to make triangles. So just mountain valley folds until you get the right shape. And then you're going to stick that, actually I'm going to take that one out. We're going to stick that in. Of course let me turn it the other way. Sorry guys. This is a lot easier said than done. I did it wrong. That's why it's not working. So there we go. That's better. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Okay, so now we can just stick that one in. Now see how that just kind of works its way into the right shapes. Now once we stick our kisses in here, it'll be even more secure. So now I'm going to stick that top piece back in there one more time, and I'm going to start layering in my kisses. A bunch of these, and it works really, really well. So let's hope that it doesn't run out on me. And of course it ran out on me. So I will go ahead and get that refilled real quick, and I'll be back. But so this is our first piece. So the tree is actually going to be 1 inch, and then the trunk as well. So I will be right back, and we'll get started. Really, really quick. And then I'm going to put the green one right up top. And it is a very snug fit, so and you can see there's really nothing sticking out. You've got the little tags from the kisses sticking out, but again, it's not falling out. And now to give it a little bit more security, I'm going to take probably about 16 inches of the silver taffeta. I'm not sorry, it's not silver taffeta. It's the silver 1/8 inch ribbon, and I'm just going to bring that up, and I'm going to tie it into a bow real quick. And actually, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to tie it in a knot so that we can get through. And you obviously you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth so your presentation looks nice. And then we just tie that into a knot, a finishing knot. And this also helps to kind of keep your shape a little extra secure there, so it kind of helps pull that in. So again, I will make that into a bow for my finished product, and so that part is done. Okay, and now for our trunk, we're going to take a piece of chocolate chip cardstock, which is cut at 2 inches by 5 3/4, and I have that scored at 1 inch, 2 3/8, 3 3/8, and 4 3/4. And all the measurements should be on the screen for you. And then I also have it scored again down the middle at 1 inch. And we're going to do the same thing that we did with the tree. We're going to fold that in half to help give stability. We're going to take our fast fuse. I've got kisses everywhere. And we're just going to run a nice strip. You can use sticky strip if you want. You can use your liquid glue, whichever works for you. I like fast, so fast fuse is my friend. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to fold each of these, and we're really going to press them to make a nice crease. And this is where you're going to want to make sure that they're all lined up, because then your tree will be all cattywampus. Okay. And this last one. And then we're going to add adhesive on that square. Now I'm going to add adhesive in 2 places. So I'm going to add it onto this last square, and it doesn't really matter which one you put it on. You can put it on this end or you can put it on this end, whatever your choice is. And then it's going to go this way. So I'm going to stick my adhesive on this second box here. So I've got it at this end, and then 1, 2, 3, the third, which is a longer square. And when you do this, let me see if I can actually show you. So I've got adhesive on this end, and then I'm going to put adhesive on this one right here, because this is going to attach to the bottom of the tree. Okay, so now I'm just going to run a strip at the end, because remember I've got the ribbon on there too, so I want it to go on either side of the ribbon. Oh, this fast fuse. Okay, so we'll go ahead and seal this up. Okay, and give that a nice little press. And the way I did this is so that the seam here is going to be at the bottom, so that no one would actually even notice it. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tree, going to turn it with the bow on top, and I'm going to put my tree trunk on the bottom, and then I am just going to center this up the best I can by eyeballing it. Obviously using that Hershey Kiss there is a good gauge. And I'm just going to give it a nice little press, nice firm press. And again, sticky strip, same thing. The glue as well, you just have to wait for it to dry. And then there's our tree is all done. And we just need to add now our 2 nugget candies, just a Hershey Nuggets. And there's 2 of them that fit right in there. And our tree is done. I love it, it's awesome. Now to finish it off, I went ahead and stamped a to and from, or a to from tag. And what I did is I took the evergreen bough, which you know I love because I use that for just about everything. So I took that and I stamped the edge of my tag, and then I used the to and from the Wondrous Wreath right here, and I put that on the tag, and then I used my decorative label punch and just cut that out. And so now I have a nice little tag. Used my paper piercer to pierce a hole, and now I have my my white baker's twine, and I will go ahead and actually this works out better because then I can attach this before I even tie my bow. But so you get the idea. I'm not going to actually do that for sake of the video, but then you can have that right there. You can have it dangling on the side, however you choose. But then you have a nice little gift, perfect for teachers. If your kids want to take these, my kids have already asked me for about 10 of them for their friends, and so I will be making lots of trees. But they're fun, they're quick and easy, and I mean, how perfect is that? They're so cute. And you can make them in all kinds of colors. You can use our Night of Navy if you wanted, and you could put in the silver and blue for Hanukkah, or you could just use the blue cardstock and use the silver kisses, and you know that would be a great Hanukkah gift as well. Even if you want to do like snowflakes, you could actually stamp silver snowflakes onto the Navy, the Night of Navy cardstock. I think there's so many ideas and options for this that it's kind of endless. So that is today's project. I hope that you enjoyed it, and tune in later this week and I will have another 3D project for you. And thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Subscribe to my channel so you get updates whenever I post a new video. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of these. If you would actually go to the trouble of making any of these for your friends or coworkers or your children's classmates. I would love to hear. And I will check in with you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.